My name is Chase Hanks. I'm with Movement Mortgage. And Tila Wagner is my fellow loan officer. She is not able to attend today. She's had some unexpected circumstances come up with a family emergency, and so she's not going to be able to attend today. I have threw up a Hail Mary and asked for Coach Mark Soto, who is one of our national sales coaches, to join us today and help with this presentation, as he has taught the material, is very familiar with it, and done it several times over the last couple weeks. So I'm very excited today to have him join us and share some of this material that I think is going to be very pertinent and valuable for you guys to know. One of the things that John Maxwell said when we had a call with him a couple weeks ago is that opportunity is always disguised as a crisis. So we want to go over today about opportunity abounds and how you guys are going to play a significant role in helping us pull our economy out of this situation that we're in after Corona. So thank you for your time and being here today. Feel free to ask questions as we go along with the chat function. And I'm going to turn it over to Mark, and we'll get started.
Thank you so much, Chase. I really appreciate this. Guys, thank you for taking the time to be on this Zoom call. We're going to discuss a lot of information today that I think could be really helpful for you as you guys move forward with your daily business, and as we get through this pandemic, and what is it going to look like as we're navigating it right now, and as we move forward, what's it going to look like for us as we what's going to happen when we're done with this, right? So I hope that this presentation is going to give you some good insight on things to do, some things that we should be doing now, and things to be prepared for as we come out of this. So I'm super excited about being on this call with you. I was kind of surprised by this yesterday. Chase reached out to us and said, hey man, who's got an hour for me, right? And I raised my hand. There's 7 of us national coaches at Movement Mortgage that handle the whole country, and all of us have a very full plate right now, trying to get everybody trained up and ready for the next step. I am a former high-producing loan officer, President's Club winner. I am actually in California, so do not hold that against me, please. But I'm in California, and it's been very interesting out here as we're navigating this pandemic, and I'll talk a little bit about that as we move forward. But I'm also a high school football coach, been a high school football coach for 25 years, and man, this pandemic with the schools being closed and everything going on has really been hard on us, right? And you just can imagine, with all the coaches I know and all the students I know, a lot of people are just freaking out because of lost graduations, all the stuff that I'm sure you guys have been hearing. So what's important most of all as we move forward navigating this pandemic is, more than ever, as I've been instructing my loan officers like Chase and the hundreds of others out there that we touch, is to be the calm, is to be that calming educator out there that is out there just being the educating wing of what we do as realtors and what we do as loan officers, to be the person of calm and instructing them about what this is going to look like as we come out of this. And this course was put together for that, so I'm going to share my screen so we could get started on this, and we'll get started here with this. 1 second here. All right, here we go. Your next 90 days. How to prepare your real estate business for after coronavirus, okay? And, one of the things that we're going to be talking about today is, number one, what do people seek in chaos? Why this is your opportunity, how to show up in chaos, how to be those people showing up as we move forward, what your next 90 days should look like, and social posting ideas, all right? And so we're going to get started with that. As we roll into this, I mean, as you guys know, all of us were on fire. I mean, the race car was running. We were running down the strip. All of us were going. Loan officers were busy. Real estate companies were busy. And then all of a sudden, March 19th, I'll remember that day for as long as I live because that's my birthday, right? But March 19th hits and then stop. Everything came to a screeching stop. And a thing called COVID-19, this virus hit and literally turned our world upside down, right? I would equate it to almost like a traffic accident, right? You'll be driving along the highway, and then all of a sudden a traffic accident occurs or has happened, and all of a sudden you come to a screeching stop, right? And then you kind of scroll your way through the traffic accident. Everybody looks and you get around it, and hopefully everybody was okay, and then you start rolling again, right? But then you're looking in the rearview mirror, right? And you're going, man, what did I just see? What did I just come out of, right? It's very similar to what we're in right now, right? We were rolling along, we were on speed, where all of us were happening, we were growing, and then boom, the traffic accident hit, and we all slowed down, right? One of the things that we're going to talk about in this teaching is, are you one of those realtors that are an adapter? Are you one of those guys that adapt and overcome? I've got 2 kids that are in the military. Both of them have been through the hell of Iraq and Afghanistan. And that was a big thing we heard in my family when in the military vernacular was adapt and overcome, right? Are you an adapter and an overcomer? Or are you one of those guys that is on the fence, right, and just kind of sits there and teeters and goes, okay, so which way is this going to go? Are we going to go to the left? Are we going to go to the right, right? Or are you one of those guys that just shuts down? Just shuts down. I'm just going to shelter. I'm just going to wait this out, and then I'll attack it as I move forward and as we come out of this, right? I believe the people that are going to be the adapters and the overcomers, the ones that are going to be in where the puck is going, not where the puck is. I've got a good friend by the name of Wayne Gretzky. I met him through high school football, right? And one of the quotes that I always remember him saying was, you know, a good hockey player knows where the puck is. A great hockey player knows where the puck is going, right? Are we great realtors? Are we going to be the type of realtor that is going to be where the puck is going and preparing for that next step? Or are you just going to be a good realtor, right? And that's what I hope to discuss and teach you guys with this PowerPoint, is to be that great realtor. Be that realtor that knows where the puck is going. And what are we going to do to navigate this so we can be in front of the game, not behind it? Be the adapter and the overcomer. All right? Life is 10% what happens and 90% how you respond. Right? It is just that simple. Right? How are we going to respond to what is happening right now? Right? Are we going to be the one that's not going to be the calm? Or are we going to be the ones that are going to respond and go, okay, all right, we're going to get through this and we're going to become better through this. Okay? So I want to be that guy, and I hope you guys do too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this call. So thank you again, Chase. All right. Mindset matters. I've been telling so many people that I've been coaching, right? It's so important to have that perfect mindset. Chase used a perfect quote from John Maxwell about opportunity is always disguised by a crisis, right? Remember that, guy. The ones that come out of this, the companies that we remember today that are some of the biggest companies in the nation have all developed through crisis. They've all shown and rose up during some of those hardest times in our nation's history, right? We could talk about 9/11 and some of the great companies that developed from that. We could talk about 2008 and some of the great companies that developed through that. Movement Mortgage is one of them, right? When the mortgage world was upside down, right? And people were literally falling off. I mean, my God, there used to be this thing in the mortgage world. Those of you guys have been around for a long time. It was called the implode meter. I don't know if any of you remember those, but you could go to this website and literally see all the mortgage companies that were imploding, right? And it was like by the minute, they would be showing you this stuff. And it was like, it was hard at first, right, to see. And then after a while, it was like, okay, who's going away today, right? Mindset matters more than anything right now. And it's about being that positive person and that educator and that person of calm that's going to get us through this. And I'm going to talk a lot about this in this presentation. Set your intentions, right? First of all, take care of you, all right? Make sure that when you get up in the morning and that you're starting your day, whatever that day might look like, make sure you're taking time to take care of you, right? Be that person that's feeding yourself, because you know it's probably going to be a difficult day. You probably got family now that's at home. You've got people that you have to take care of. You've got clients. You've got things going on, right? Make sure that you take care of yourself to begin with, all right? Take that quiet time to exercise, meditate, prayer. I'm a big prayer guy. I mean, I'm a man of faith, right? And so I like to step aside and just, talk with my maker, right? And that to me is a calming time for me, right? I did it before I got on this phone call with Chase, right? And you guys, it's just important to take time for yourself, right? And I really want to drive that home because a lot of times we forget that. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, okay? Your calendar matters. Your calendar matters greatly, all right? Oh, let me get rid of this. Make sure that you are, you're really managing your calendar and you're blocking out your day the best that you can. I teach my loan officers about, I'm the type of guy that likes to do all the busy stuff in the morning, all the stuff that I dislike, the paperwork and the stuff like that, that I'm not really good at. It's not my strength when it comes to my desk, right? I like to get all that out of the way in the morning, right? So my afternoons are more about relationship building and more about, spending time with my friends and family and my loan officers and getting to know them and becoming relational in that type of way. So I do all my relationship stuff in the afternoon. I do all of my my hard stuff in the morning, my paperwork stuff in the morning. I don't know if any of you are like that, but you might be, and that's what works for me. Be one of those guys that sets a daily schedule of setting your income zone. All right. Now, what is an income zone? Income zone is about the things that we can do to produce income, such as calling people, conversations, virtual tours, negotiations. Those are all stuff that happens in the income zone, all right? That's what we call the income zone. Exposure zone is more of the stuff along the line of social media, video blasting, emails, that type of marketing. That's your exposure zone, right? But time block your activities throughout the day so you're paying attention to your income zones and your exposure zones. All right. Hey guys, and also, any questions as I'm going through this, let me know. Chase, am I going okay?
Yeah, you are, Mark. No, this is all Keller Williams agents that are on this call, and we're offering this for them. But one of the things that they do in the mornings, they always have their lead generation time. So their income zone, I would say, is in the morning hours, and they're very successful at time blocking. Is
Yes.
what I have found.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, guys. So this is all stuff that we're kind of recapping just to begin with, but it's really important for you to know as that I'm just reminding you of the things that our day should look like. But I know you guys are really good at that. So good. We'll move forward. Parenting during the coronavirus shutdown. Day one, oh, it was going to be perfect. Everything was going to be great, right? And then day three hits, and it's like, oh my God, I had no idea how hard this was going to be, right? It's definitely been a learning curve for all of us, right? And for those of you that have kids at home, like many of my friends do, it's been kind of crazy for them, right? What people seek in chaos. In chaos, people seek context, right? It's really important to be giving good context in regards to things that could help them in managing their day, their structure, what they need to know when it comes to the real estate world, right? It's good to have good context for them. It's also good to have confidence, right? I tell people all the time, hey man, do people want to work with people that are don't know what they're talking about or aren't really sure of what they're saying? Or do people want to work with people that have confidence, right? You want to be that person of confidence. You want to be that person that is out there really talking from a point of knowledge and really is being the calm out there and instructing your clients and the people that you're working with. How to feel and what to do in regards to making a decision, right? Opportunity is here, my friends. Opportunity is all around us as to what we want to be doing to be the beacon of light to our people out there. We want to be that lighthouse. We want to be the light that people know if they want education, if they want knowledge of where we're at as we're navigating this pandemic. We want to be that beacon of light, something that I've already talked about when it comes to being the calm, right? That's what we want to be, okay? 3 requirements. We have to be willing to be the person that'll be that person out there doing this. We need to adapt. Remember when we talked about adapting and overcoming, and we need to have the ability and the skills to be out there being the teacher and the educator. I've been telling a lot of my loan officers, it's really important that when it comes to our agents, that we be the coach, that we be the educator, that we help them through this, so that not only are they learning from us as their loan officers, but they're also getting the knowledge so that they can be the coach to their clients, right? It's really important that we be that type of person, right? Willing, being ready, eager, or prepared to do something, right? We want to be that person that's out there and adapting and overcoming. Adapt, become adjusted to new conditions. Guys, man, we all know that there's new conditions. I mean, when it comes to notaries and the way signings are happening right now, it's kind of crazy. When it comes to inspections, it's even more crazier. I don't know about you guys in California, but inspections, basically, we can't even be there for them now, right? Maria, how's it like where you're at? Are inspections any different than what we're seeing out here in California? Is it pretty crazy? Can you hear me, Maria?
She'll probably have to get off mute.
I can answer that. Inspectors are not allowing the buyers or their agents to be there. They're basically either talking to them on the phone after or doing a video conference. So
Yeah.
Yeah, both appraisers and any kind of inspector want to be there by themselves. And they don't want the seller in the house either.
Yeah, it's the same way out here. It's completely different, and we have to learn how to navigate around that. But I know many people out there that are doing it and doing it very successfully. And I know you guys, being all great Keller Williams agents, are all navigating that too. We have to be those adapters and overcomers, right? Notaries, I had a signing the other day happen on a car, right? And I mean, that, we would have never thought of that happening before March 19th. Now it's all different for us, right? So we don't want to be those fence sitters. We want to be those adapters and those overcomers. There's a great saying by Charles Darwin, right? It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but rather the one most adaptable to change, right? And there's no doubt in my mind, we are all those people right now adapting to change, okay? Ability, possession of the means or skill to do something, right? We are all learning different skills right now. We're all learning different things about ourselves on how to move forward, how to communicate, how to do a different a way of business, right? But we're not sitting still. We're all becoming better through this, and how this is going to look as we move forward and how we come out of this is going to make us who we are in the future, right? We're not sitting back and going, we're just going to be that fence sitter. We're going to be the ones that are going to be where the puck is going. So communication is very important. It's extremely important to be communicative at all means and using all the technology we have to be as communicative as possible. That's the phone, that's video, that's Zoom technology. It's all of this that we have to be better at and becoming better at. Hey man, I'll be the first to tell you guys, I hate the way I look on video. I see this guy with this big chubby face and, you know, this pointed hair and this big head and this shiny, you know, I go, man, I hate the way I look on video. But I tell people all the time, it's video that people are opening the most, right? So it's that type of stuff that we just got to get used to, right? And understand, man, this is the way I look. And I just got to get used to it, right? And I see Chase laughing. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's been the hardest thing for me to get used to, right? But I'm starting to overcome that. I'm getting better with it. And this Zoom technology has been a great way to get me over it, right? And I'm sure some of you guys might feel the same way, right? It's just hard to get used to, but it's something that we have to get better at in embracing technology and be as communicative as possible. The imparting of exchanging of information or news. That's all about communication, right? We have to be those people, right? Today's communication tools, all right? So what are we using to communicate nowadays? What is the thing that we need to get better at when it comes to moving forward and being better at communicating with our people, right? Well, one of them is video, and I've already told you about what I think about video, but by far, it is the number one tool. I think, what is the percentage? 85%. If you do a video, 85% more people are going to see that because you did a video, right? Social media, we've all getting better with social media, and if you're not, why not? If you're not embracing Instagram, if you're not embracing Facebook, man, you are behind the times right now. And number one, more than ever, is the telephone. The telephone is so important right now. I've been telling people, and you might laugh at this, but everybody's talking about the new normal, right? They're all talking about, well, what's the new normal gonna look like? And I've been saying to people, my new normal is going to be going back to the old normal. Remember the days of direct mail and phone calls? At one time, back in the 2000s and the 9/11 era, that's what we did. It was all about mail and the phone, the phone, the phone, the phone. And when it comes to my business, no doubt, more than ever, that's what I want to get better at. I want to get better at using the phone and make sure I'm touching people in that type of way. And I don't know about you, but please be thinking about these three things: video, social media, and telephone, okay? If not now, if you're not doing that, then when? When do you plan on doing this? Because if we're talking about where we're going to be as we navigate this pandemic and where we're going out of this pandemic, where the puck is going, then when are we going to do it? If we're just going to sit back and just go, okay, we're just going to let it happen and then we'll come and we'll start our business up afterwards, it's not going to work, my friends. It's not going to work today. We've got to be those people where the puck is going, okay? Which is more important? Is it results or reach? I'm going to ask some of you guys out there. Adam, I can see your name. You're right under Chase. Adam, if you can just turn off your mute, all right? When it comes to your business, what is most important to you? Is it results or how many people you reach at this time?
I think the results are more important.
Okay. And when it comes to reach, are you reaching as many people as you feel you can right now, Adam?
No, but I'm focusing on the people who are ready, willing, and able.
Okay. And how are you doing that, Adam? What do you see as working for you the best right now when it comes to creating results?
It goes back to how many people you reach. So you need both. You need both.
You really do, buddy. You really do. And thank you, Adam. I don't mean to call you out like that, but I appreciate your honesty. It really is about using both, right? The results are extremely important, especially with all of us that are very results oriented. But the only way we can get the results is how many people we reach, right? And how are we going to do that? I'm going to give you a perfect example. Does everybody know this guy? Everybody know Michael Phelps, right? We all know Michael Phelps, right? He's the greatest Olympic athlete ever. Look at all the gold around his neck there. We all know Michael Phelps and who he is, right? But does anybody know this person? Right? Jenny Thompson. So Michael was the best Olympic swimmer, the male Olympic swimmer that we ever had. But when it comes to the female, it was Jenny, right? So we all know Michael. We all know Michael because of this great outreach that he had of how many medals he won. But when it comes to Jenny, she wasn't as out there as he was, right? I use this example so you can understand that it's extremely important right now to be that person that is in front of the game and making yourself known as much as possible, right? Being that person in your community that is getting known, right? That is using the phone, that is using video, that is using that type of technology to be as known as possible in your community. And we can do that by embracing technology. It's extremely important that we do that, okay? Are you a secret agent? Now, I know you guys are all great Keller Williams agents, and I know none of you are, right? I've been through Bold several times, right? And I'm sure some of you have been through that too. There is no such thing as a secret agent when it comes to Keller Williams, right? Don't be a Jenny Thompson. Be that person out there that is being seen, that is being known. Now is the time, more than ever, to be embracing technology and being the Michael Phelps, okay? Now is the time to show up. Be in front of your sphere of influence as much as possible. Now, how that looks, I don't know. But let me tell you something right now. I'm going to ask Lori. Lori, I'm going to pick on you again. I don't know if you were the one that spoke earlier. But Lori, what are you doing in your community right now to be that person out there so that people know what you're doing when it comes to real estate? What are you doing?
I've been fairly busy with things that had come up just before the shutdown between listings and buyers, a lot of activity. But I've also been calling past clients, past buyers that I've had, and just talking to them, to see how they're doing, if there's anything I could do for them personally. And, I'm here for them. If they need anything, call me. I don't really talk real estate with them, but just, basically touching them over the phone.
And how is that?
I'm
How's that
really new to
working?
Facebook, so I'm in January this year, so I'm kind of learning some things there, but
Yeah.
posting a little bit. But I've actually had a lot of past clients finding me. Even the first couple of days I got on Facebook and asking to friend me.
Good for you, Lori. And I'm glad that you're embracing other tools like that. Let me ask you this. When it comes to you calling your clients and just checking in with them, how is that going?
Good. They seem like they're real happy to hear from me, and they really appreciate me checking on them. And it's been really good.
People love when you care. They really do, and they appreciate that, right? And there's nothing better than being that person on the other side of the phone that is just saying, how are you doing? Is everything okay? Is your family okay? Is everybody healthy? It's really important that you do that. And Lori, I really appreciate you making comment about that, because it is important. The phone is so important right now. So thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. And I've got some buyers that have been furloughed or laid off because of the field they're in. So we were actively looking before the shutdown, but they're on hold. So
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. 75% of, or almost 80% of the agents that are most recognized when it comes to buying and selling are the ones that aren't afraid to reach out, that aren't afraid to use technology, to embrace video, to use the phone, to get out there and touch their people. All right? Don't be that secret agent. More than ever, be the one that's out there reaching out, right? Now, there's all different ways that we can go about doing this. Now, I use Zillow as an example because they've got an amazing website, right? Now that things are sheltered in place and people are more at home, right, and doing things that they might have a little more time, now might be a great time to really clean up your website, to really do the things that you wanted to do to make your website more interactive, to make your website more user-friendly. I don't know, I know Keller Williams has got some really good companies that you work with that help you with this type of stuff, but this might be a good thing to help you right now, or to get you focused on doing those things that you normally wouldn't have the time to do, right? So developing and creating a good website might be a good thing to do right now, okay? Only a life of lived in the service of others is worth living, right? I totally believe this. I'm like I told you guys before, I'm a faith guy, and I love being that guy that they know they can call me, right? And I'm gonna be there for them. And I know you guys are no different when it comes to your business, right? It's important to be that caring, empathetic, altruistic person out there and being the one that they're learning from and getting the calm from and the education from as we move forward through this pandemic. Be of service. Here's something that's really cool. Have you guys seen any of these stuck at home, famous museum virtual tour things going on? I don't know, I can't see all of you guys, but a lot of this stuff is good stuff that you're seeing nowadays that you could share with your people on social media. This is one thing that I've shared when it comes to virtual tours of these museums, right? What are you sharing with your clients when it comes to different tools that they could be using to learn more of different things that are out there that keep them engaged with you, right? It's important to do those things that keep them in your sphere and embracing you, right? And so being the calm instead of, God, I mean, guys on Facebook, I get so tired of the politics, right? It's good to be different. right? And be the ones of being more of a service to our clients and just talking about things that they might be interested in. One of them might be these museum tours, right? What's your favorite family board game, right? I thought this was really cool. I actually did this, but a lot of us, as we're stuck home with our family, are playing more games with our family. So what might be that game that you really enjoy, and you put that out there to your clients? Hey, what's your family board game that you guys all like to play, and see what people have to say about that. Chase, do you have a favorite game that you play with your family?
I do, but one of the things I was commenting on, that I was thinking about when this slide popped up is a lot of people have been doing a puzzle exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And like leaving puzzles on their front porch, and somebody comes back and swaps them out, and kind of engaging with their neighbors and engaging with people in that way, because it's a family thing that people are doing while they have time at home to do.
Yeah, it's just, thanks, Chase. It's just cool, fun stuff that you can be doing to just engage your clients and get them, be the calm, be more of that calming influence where people can, get some great fun information from you and not the wacky stuff that seems to be going on left and right out there. This is a real cool one that someone did on their Facebook page. It's social distancing together. She put this real neat web page together, and here's her graphic. And look right there. What is, what is that, Michelangelo or whoever that is, giving to the other person the toilet paper, right? I just thought that was a real cool graphic to grab, right? Or the COVID-19 support group, being the support group out there for people to come and be a part of. That's just good stuff. It's just good, fun stuff to be different out there when it comes to your social media. We've all been seeing people posting stuff of what they looked like back when they were graduating from high school, or what their home might look like now. I mean, look at this poor family where I guess they're taking time. Are those socks? To match socks, or 2020 fashion hairstyles in less than 30 days. What different fun stuff to just keep your fans and your people engaged, right? Be of service. Support our local restaurants. I got to tell you guys, there's a local restaurant up the street from here that is really hurting. And yesterday, he put out a Facebook video that I tell you right now, thousands saw, where he was being evicted from his space of business because he's been shut down for 6 weeks, and in California here there's no end in sight, right? So he's having to leave, and man, he put together a video where he was crying. He was basically crying and telling everybody he loved them and that he's sorry, but he can't afford to pay his rent, right? You would not believe the thousands of people that raised their hand and stepped up and said, we will help you. Where can we send you a check? How can we help you? All this other stuff. Guys, there is no better time than right now to be that person in your market. And it might be that local restaurant that you have up the street. It might be that takeout place that's hurting. It might be the store, the small convenience store that's hurting. I don't know, right? But be that person out there that is just putting your voice out there and using your sphere of influence to help these people that are hurting. And what that will do in the meantime is, if you do that for your local store, who are they going to remember, and who are they going to be pushing out when it comes to you being the agent of influence in your community, right? It's extremely important to be that, okay? Here's a lady, Lice Lucci. To any senior citizen or person too ill to go grocery shopping, please let me know if you need help. My family could go pick up your necessities and take them to you. Please know you are not alone. This is an amazing post, right? That type of stuff makes you look so different and is so important to do. Please, guys, I'll make sure, Chase and I will make sure you get this deck so you can review some of this stuff, right? This is good stuff to copy. We call it rip off and duplicate, R&D, right? Rip off and duplicate this stuff in your community, right? But be that person that reaches out and be that person of influence that they're going to remember as we navigate through these 90 days, okay? Once again, communicate, communicate, communicate. It's so important to be that right now. Social posting ideas. I'm going to give you some more ideas when it comes to social posting ideas about being of service. See, what's most important right now is that everybody is talking about fear, right? Everybody is in this fear mode of what's going to happen as we navigate and come through this crisis. Guys, we are in a recession. There's no doubt about it. We are in a recession. We're there, right? But this is a different recession than all the others, right? If you listen to all the talking heads out there that I study and that I follow every day, this is a much different recession when it comes to how we're going to look coming out of this. Chase, if you have any things you want to talk about when it comes to this, talk about what you've been learning as you've been learning about what is it going to look like for us as we come out of this.
Yeah, well, and I think it's important to define what recession is when you say we are in a recession. I think it's what, two consecutive quarters of a decline in GDP. So
Right.
We have had that. So we are now technically in a recession. I guess, the big unknown is how far into a recession we're going to go. And some of the stuff that I know you're going to talk about coming up. So appreciate you guys being on the call, but I think some of the information coming up in these last few slides is going to be of utmost importance to you. So please hang on if you can. But he's going to talk a lot about how in 2008, the housing crisis, the recession in 2008 was caused by the housing crisis. Loose lending guidelines, adjustable rate mortgages, there was a lot of things that happened that helped cause that housing crisis. And what we're seeing is that the housing industry has had the most solid foundation since 2008. And it is really you guys and real estate agents that are going to help pull us out of this. So please stay tuned for the next little bit as he goes into some of that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chase. Thank you so much. How has the housing market been impacted by previous stock market crashes? And we're gonna talk about that right now. Home price changes during the last 5 recessions. Okay, we had in 1980, 81, 1991, 2001, and 2008. Right, 3 of the last 5 recessions, right, we've actually had home price increases, right? Now, in 2008, we did, that was a recession like no other, right? I mean, that was just something that was very difficult for the whole housing industry, and there was an extreme drop. But if you look at 3 of the last 5, we did pretty good. And all of us, and everything in the future is all pointing in that direction that we're going to be okay coming out of this, all right? I want to jump to another slide here. Breakdown of U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, April 30 unemployment rate. If you look at the majority of the businesses that have been impacted by this virus that we're navigating through, right? A majority of it has been from the food service people, drinking places, services, and bartenders. When you look at all the other industries, accommodation industry, retail trade, temporary help, childcare, healthcare workers, construction workers, everybody is holding very solid, right? But right now, the ones that are being extremely impacted right now are the food service people, the drinking places, the services, and the bartenders. They're the ones that are seriously being impacted right now, right? Now, will this come back? Absolutely. Absolutely. They will come back. But right now, when you're seeing the 15% unemployment ratios that we're all experiencing right now, a majority of it is that, right? Any questions? Anybody have any questions regarding that? When you look at gold,
I was just going to say,
yes.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, I know this is super specific, but I saw an article, and someone else can maybe add to it if they saw the same article that I did. But Asheville was one of the areas that were hit the hardest, like in the top 10, because a lot of our local market is based upon the service industry. So that's why I think, we've seen a lot of folks really back out because they've lost their jobs. Or they've been laid off until this coronavirus kicks back up.
Yeah, it's the service industry that has really been impacted through this whole thing. And no doubt, when we reopen doors and businesses start opening again, we're going to see a lot of people coming back. How many people, we don't know. But if you look at the unemployment rate projections when it comes to Goldman Sachs, they're saying, here's 2020. Right? We're at 15% right now. No laughing matter. It's not good, right? But when you look at 2021, 2022, and 2023, we all see it leveling out and coming back, right? So Chase, I don't know if you have anything else you want to offer regarding this, but these slides are really important.
Yeah, I just in our local area here, we are heavily tourism, hospitality driven, and so we have seen a huge impact on the people that are working those sectors. We also, thankfully, have not been hit as hard as some other areas with the virus as of yet, and hopefully we will not be. So, looking very optimistically from my own perspective, I feel like hopefully we're going to be able to rebound pretty quickly because we were not as heavily impacted with the virus as some places such as New York, New Jersey, and things like that. It's just a matter of if they can hold on enough time to reopen the doors, and that's what we're all sitting on pins and needles waiting to find out is when that's going to be.
No doubt about it. No doubt. The projections, guys, are extremely positive, and these are all really good slides to be able to show your people when it comes to what it's going to look like as we come out of this. Here's one slide up here. When it comes to, let me see if I can pull this up. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, there we go. Annual home price appreciation, right? Over 6 years leading up to the housing crash of 2008, we had 8.6%, 6.5%, 8.5. 2003 was 8.7. 2004, we had huge gains. 2005, we had great gains there. And then it got back to more of a normal gain, the way it should be the last 6 years. Right? The mortgage market is very stable when it comes to where we're at right now, right? In 2014, we had 4.4% gains, 2015, 5.2, and onward to 2019. So we're in a good place to where we were until this virus hit, right? Then the virus hits and everything goes crazy. I just want to assure you with these slides, guys, that it is going to come back to normal. Yeah, things are a little crazy right now, but it is going to come back, and we are going to get back to a normal state. Here's another slide, current unemployment rates compared to past financial crisis. This is a great slide, right? During the Great Depression of 1930 through 35, you can see how the unemployment rates were sky high, 24% in 1933. Then the Great Recession of 2008, once again, no laughing matter. In 2009, 9.9% unemployment rates, right? Now we're in this current crisis, right, of 2020, we're at 15%. But look at 2021, look at 2022, right? We are going to get back to more of a normal state, right? So please, guys, if anything you get out of this little class, right, is please be the calm. Make sure your people are seeing this, because it's extremely good for them to understand that as you're educating, as you're being the coach to your people out there, that they're getting this. Okay? Any questions at all? Any questions? Chase, am I going too fast? Am I okay?
Nope, we're good on time.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to move along here. This is something from Allie Wolf, who's a chief economist with Myers Research, right? And she talked about this is the Great Recession for leisure, hospitality, trade, and transportation, in that this recession will feel as bad as the Great Recession did to housing. And here's the good point. Last time housing led the recession, this time it's poised to bring us out. Guys, there is no doubt in my mind that as we pull out of this, everybody is going to be looking to realtors and mortgage finance people. They're going to be on our backs to pull us out of this, right? Be that person. Be ready for this, guys, because it is going to come back, right? And there's no doubt in my mind when we hit July and August, I believe that's going to be our spring. I really do believe that's going to be our spring as we head into the fall, right? So be ready for it. Start working on things to be prepared now to be ready for that crash that crush when it hits. Okay. Look for the peak of the housing market's annual cycle to be delayed, but not canceled. This is from the NAR, right? We've all heard of the NAR. It's not canceled, guys. We're just delayed. It's going to come back. All right. So I'm just trying to make sure that you're understanding the calm. Be the calm. All right. Talking points. While there's no good time for a pandemic, this one comes after months of a record housing inventory shortage, meaning a lack of available properties on the market. That's created a level of pent-up demand that pushed February home sales to 5.77 million at an annual pace of 13-year high. We believe that's going to come back, my friends. We really do. And be prepared for it, okay? We believe that this is going to be a strong V, all right? A V that is going to occur, that right now we're at Q2, right? We're at that low point, but we're going to skyrocket out of this as we move forward in the summer. Chase, did you have anything you want to add to this slide at all?
No, I just want to make sure, people are keeping in mind, go to where the puck is going to be. These are what things are, what people are projecting and anticipating. And if you are positioned yourself and you've been reaching your sphere and you've been reaching out to your database, then when this thing lifts and people are ready to put their homes on the market, they're ready to sell, you're going to be that go-to person. So I do feel like and agree with, we're probably looking at the fall to be our peak time this year. Instead of being our spring and summer, it's going to be a little bit late summer and fall. And we still live in such an amazing place that is in high demand. So we're very fortunate to be where we are in North Carolina.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you so much. What a great loan officer. Thank you, Chase. Here's something from Wells Fargo Investment Institute. We do not expect a repeat of the severe recession of 2008 through 2009 because the virus and oil shocks are not endemic to the financial system, but are rather external. Once the virus infection rate peaks, we expect recovery to gain momentum into the final quarter of the year and especially into 2021. So guys, they're going to be riding on us to get us through this, man. So be ready. Get yourself prepared. Start doing the things that will get you to the next level as we navigate through this, okay? Will we see a rise in foreclosures? Now, everybody has been hearing the F word. You've all been hearing that, seeing videos about F word and foreclosures and forbearance and all that other stuff, right? The Federal Housing Administration indicated it's enacting an immediate foreclosure and eviction moratorium for single-family homeowners with FHA-insured mortgages for the next 60 days. So they're helping us, and Fannie Mae is helping us too. It is announced it is directing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to suspend foreclosures and evictions for at least the next 60 days. So this isn't 2008, all right? They're helping us, guys, and they're being the calm and helping us as much as possible so we can get through this as simply as possible. Guys, when it comes to the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, right? They're helping people when it comes to forbearance, right? Just remember, forbearance is not forgiveness, right? Make sure your people know that they need to be making their mortgage payments, right? It's extremely important that they're doing as much as they can to do that, because if they're not, this will hurt them. And it can take up to 12 months to get out of that, right? Chase, do you have anything you want to offer regarding that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we're trying to spread the word on forbearance is in some situations is absolutely needed, okay? And people may need to enter that. They just need to understand what they are agreeing to, and that a typical forbearance arrangement is where if you miss 3 months of payments, you owe back all 3 months of payments in the 4th month, which is going to be very difficult for people to actually need it. Every servicer can have a slightly different method of forbearance and what that looks like. So the biggest thing is just to make sure that you truly need it and that you are not taking on something that you're not aware of what you're taking on. Some statistics that I have on that is that as of April 16th, there were 2.9 million people now in forbearance. The government did not say that people had to prove hardship in order to get it. So there is speculation that it's being unfortunately widely abused because people may be using the money on things that they don't necessarily need to, and not understanding that it's going to have to be repaid in 4 months. But 2.9 million people are already in forbearance as of April 16th. 10 million have applied. But 6% of all mortgages are right now in forbearance. And that is $2.9 billion in principal and interest payments that were not made in April. So the biggest thing is just to make sure your situation truly warrants it, or your client's situation truly warrants it, that if they have a rainy day fund set aside now's the rainy day. Like, now is when they need to be using the rainy day funds to help paying their mortgage, just so that they don't get in trouble when the forbearance agreements end. I imagine, I don't know, this is purely my own speculation, but I imagined if they get to the end of the forbearance period and they cannot pay it all back at one time, that it's possible they may have to document hardship at that time to continue on with some other sort of loan modification, which may be difficult for people if they entered into it without having to show hardship initially. But the biggest thing is just to make sure that people are not getting themselves into trouble. Lenders do not want to sell homes, and we do not want to count on selling people's homes as a repayment source. So just helping us spread the word and make sure that people know and understand what's going to be expected of them under these forbearance type of arrangements is helpful, and that they understand that it's not going to be forgiven, or just that those payments go away.
Thank you, Chase. That was beautifully said. Very true. Right now, we're hearing a lot of people saying, "Well, I've got a 90-day grace period, and I don't have to make my mortgage payment and all that." I got to tell you, my friends, that will come back to sting them, right? So please, when you're talking to your clients, when you're talking to those people, that they understand, just like Chase said, have them talk with Chase so that she could educate them a little bit about, what can happen if they do miss their mortgage payment, and how some banks are going to be, looking for a balloon payment at the end, right? We do not want that to happen. If there's any way that they can make their mortgage payment, please tell them to try, okay? The CARES Act, if you haven't been to the website, the forbearancereport.com, I encourage you to go to this. watch the video, get educated. It'll really help you on how to talk to your clients. So this is a great place to go and learn more, okay? So what's your 30-day action plan? Once again, we are going to want to be those people that are out in front of it. We're going to want to be those people that are going to be the educators, the coaches, the ones that are being the calm, right? Yeah, we are in a tunnel, but we're very close to coming out of this, right? We're almost there to where I believe that this market is going to turn around and we're going to start getting back to some sort of sense of normal, right? So be those people that are going to be out there teaching the calm and using some of these slides to really calm your clients. Turn your blog page into your homepage. Work up half a dozen timely relevant posts answering the most pressing questions your consumers might have. This is the content clients and people need more than ever. So be that educator like this guy is saying from 1000 Watt, right? The chief creative officer. Be those people that are out there in front of your clients being the calm. Organize right now better than ever your CRM. Get your CRM ready for the future when it comes to your buyers, your sellers, your past clients, your sphere of influence. Have a plan. Now is the time to be putting that together while things might be a little slow. I don't know about you guys, but I know some people that are very busy right now, right? Well, if you're busy or if you're slow, be doing the things that can get you going and be that prime agent out there as we're coming out of this in the near future, okay? If you're doing marketing presentations, don't be afraid to do it virtually, right? Since we can't go to our clients' homes nowadays, or they're afraid of that, really clean up your presentations so that when it comes to your Zoom world, you could do your presentations in this way. And I know a lot of people that have been really doing this with extreme success. When it comes to talking with their listings of people, or when it comes to their buyers, this is a good time to really clean up your presentations and clean up your Zoom and use this type of stuff, this type of technology to embrace your clients out there, all right? Is anybody doing that right now with success? People that are on the call, Maria, I can see you. Are you doing this with success right now?
So it's definitely it's a concept for time blocking for. So I hear it every single day. And, it's kind of always floating in there. So out of this call today, I'm back in. What are those one thing items that are going to make a difference? So not a good one to ask, but I love that you're bringing it back out.
It's just, thank you, Maria. It's just a really good time to be doing this. And I know a lot of people, including myself, I've been spending my evenings, just cleaning up things that I wanted to get clean, working on my website, doing things that I normally would have set aside because, hey, it's springtime, right? And it's a busy time normally, but this is a different time, and it's a good time to do that. Thank you, Maria, for giving us your tidbit there. Here's a script when it comes to calling your past clients. Can I assist you with anything you may need? Do you need any prescriptions picked up? Do you need any help with groceries? Is there anything around the house that you need help with? Just different things that you can be talking to your past clients about. This is a good time to be doing that. Text messages, another good thing to doing. Sharing recent federal, state, local news. Hey, I wanted to check in. Hope you and the family are doing great. This is a good time to do this type of texting messages, right? Has everybody heard of the Reach app? The Reach app is a great app where you put all your clients in and boom, you can text them all and they get all of the same text at one time. That's a good thing to use. Embrace technology as much as possible when it comes to this time, right? Housing market updates, another good thing to be texting your clients. Hey, I've been keeping an eye on housing coming to the market and those off market that I think would fit your needs. This is a good thing to be talking about right now. Here's another good little script you could use. Offering education. The reason for my call is that there's a lot of misinformation and confusion out there. I'm here, I want to give you the facts, right? This is another good script you could use. And once again, we'll make sure you get all this so you can come back to this and look at it in your leisure, right? Once again, embrace technology. Your customers expect it. Embrace Zoom. I gotta tell you, my friends, Zoom is not gonna go away. It's not. And I'm already hearing from agents and loan officers that, man, I'm gonna be talking to my clients this way into the future, right? I'm gonna be, man, instead of going and do a listing presentation, I'm just gonna say, hey man, you got a few minutes? I'll do it on Zoom with you tonight, right? It's that type of stuff that we need to be embracing right now, because I gotta tell you, my friends, this isn't going away. This type of stuff is going to be remembered as we move forward. Be where the puck is going. Be that, okay? Reduce the friction. 33% of home buyers wish their agent had leveraged technology to better streamline the process, right? Do that. Do that. Reduce it. Make it easier for your people to work with you. Use this type and embrace this type of technology. It'll help you. Be where the puck is going, okay? Do you have time today to chat? I'd love to have a Zoom chat. Learn more about what you see and see where you can fit in. Guys, how many people knew of Zoom before this happened? Right? Not many people knew of Zoom, right? Now everybody knows Zoom, right? Embrace this type of stuff moving forward. I got to tell you guys, it'll help your business. Chase, do you have anything you want to offer with that? Additional?
I think now we've seen, in order to pivot and to embrace, the Zoom and everything, and the people are much more willing to have virtual meetings now. People have set up their technology at home. They've gotten much more comfortable with technology. So, being able to spend time with people by doing a listing appointment, or, walking through a contract with somebody, instead of having to arrange time around people's schedule to meet and go there and go to the house and do all those things. I think you're going to be able to be more efficient with your time, but still connect on that personal level by using Zoom for those types of meetings that you don't necessarily need to be at the property. And people are much more open to it right now than I think that they were prior.
Thank you, Chase. That is so true. Very true, right? All of us should be doing virtual home tours right now. And if we're not, it's something that you're going to want to get used to. And remember when we started this PowerPoint, and I'm glad, I know this has taken a while, guys, but thank you for hanging in there with me. Remember when we were talking about adapting, right? There's no doubt in my mind that I know that I've been doing it using my video camera and going out there and doing home tours in that way. It's that type of thing that people are embracing right now. And a lot of people are showing their clients virtual tours right now. And it's very important that you do that, right? Here's a lady that is doing a virtual tour with her phone and doing a virtual open house. I know many of you have been doing that. I mean, they're the big buzz out here in California. It's what everybody is doing. All of us know about the 3D dollhouse tours, the Matterports, that type of stuff. That's another good thing to embrace. And this is something that we found out here. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is actually a tool that hooks to your phone called Astaroom Panel Kit. And it's a little Google type thing, or not Google thing, but a fisheye mechanism that goes over your phone camera, and you literally can turn your phone into a Matterport dollhouse type of virtual tour type of system. So it's this type of embracing technology that is out there that you guys can go out there and get without having the expensive Matterport camera that you guys can do on your own to show virtual tours to your clients and help your listings out when it comes to showing it. Here's other 360-degree cameras out there that you could get on Amazon. So it's this type of embracing technology that is really important as we move forward, that we need to do more of, all right? Showing them the whole picture of the house. This way, people do not have to go to the home. They can get it right there from the comfort of their computer. This is all stuff that we're really trying to show people to embrace when it comes to technology. So what can you do virtually? Review properties, conduct a listing presentation, do buyer consultations, review inspection reports, write an offer together. All that could be done virtually, and all stuff that we should be doing or learning more about as we move forward, navigating these next few months as we're in this virus phase, right? Different resources that are out there. Of course, Zoom, BombBomb when it comes to video technology. Of course, you know the Cloud CMA, at least I think you do, when it comes to your MLS, Facebook Live, YouTube, keepingcurrentmatters.com. These are all various places that you could go to embrace technology. I don't know how many people have heard of BombBomb, but it's a great video tool. It's great for texting. You can tell when your person has opened up the video and they have watched it, so you can immediately call them back and say, what did you think of the video? Did you get my virtual tour? You know, is there any questions you have? With BombBomb, you could tell immediately when they open that up. So it's this type of stuff that you want to embrace. And by the way, guys, I'll make myself open after this is open, or after you're done with this. If you have any questions on any of this technology, I'd be happy to give you more further training on all of that. Keepingcurrentmatters.com. These slides that you saw earlier today that showed the financial slides of what the banks were saying and the recession points and all that, that was all from keepingcurrentmatters.com. So these are all good websites to go to and learn from, okay? In closing, monitor your mindset, be of service of others, work together with your people, develop your relationships, keep those relationships strong, right? Do your best to time block, and I know you guys do, so I'm not going to say anything more about that. Be confident in what you're saying to people. Have that context and that confidence to be the coach, to be the educator out there. Nurture your relationships more than ever, guys. Please, they need you more than ever right now. They really do. People are scared, right? Be that calm voice out there. Be that voice out there where they need to hear that we're going to be okay, right? There's nothing more that you could do any better than that. Be that calm voice, right? Be prepared to be patient as we navigate through this, right? Because it is a road like this that we don't really know what's going to be happening in the next week. But we do know that we're going to come out of this stronger than ever, that the market is primed, and they're going to be looking to you to help us get us out of it, right? And please, guys, more than ever, follow the health protocol. I don't want to hear about anybody getting sick through this. Follow your health protocol, stay safe, stay healthy, right? And, don't wish it were easier, just wish you were better. So guys, with that, I hope that you got a lot out of this. Chase, I can't thank you enough for allowing me the opportunity to share this with these great agents. And like I said, if there's anything you guys need, Chase, please give them my information. I'd be happy to dive in a little more about this with any of them. But I love you guys, man. I really do. There's nothing better that I love than being a coach with Movement Mortgage. And I got to tell you right now, this company is so strong and so powerful. And we're primed to compete. And I'm just blessed And you should be blessed more than ever that you got somebody like Chase Hanks that is here in your area helping you. So God bless you all. Chase, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for helping us with this. Everyone that's still on the call, thank you for attending. I hope you got some great information out of it. One of the things that you're welcome to do is reach out to your respective movement loan officer, set up a call, send out to your clients that may be questioning about the mortgage market or questioning about what's happening with interest rates,